Okay, hello everyone. I'm hoping everything's going up. I don't think Twitter's up. Twitch might be up. Let me check Twitter. Yeah, it didn't go up. Okay. I'll have to manually start that one. And I didn't change the Okay, I fixed the category. Oops. Oops, I keep forgetting down Twitch. Twitch is annoying. But yeah, let me get Twitter up before I start with this. Okay. Okay, should be working now. Let's see. Let's see if Twitter's up. Cool. Okay, Twitter's up. That is cool. Okay, let's actually start then. Oh, and desktop audio is muted because I mute that for Xenoblade, uh, just so I can search stuff up, and I forgot to unmute. So yeah, so new story. So going here doesn't actually go to the story. It goes to just the fights.
推理を始めていくわよ。今の情報でわかることは。
So I don't know how this works. Yeah, I have no idea how this works. Okay, I'll worry about that later. So, new story chapter. Yeah, new story chapter. Main story, Act 2. The return of the General Student Council President and rumors in Kivotos. So everything else, all of this was just Act 1. So let's move on to Act 2. Record of sudden, yet small, turn of events. Lore pursuit. Okay, let's start with this. Prologue. So this is probably going to be a recap of everything in Act 1. And then it's going to be like, there's going to be like subtle changes, I'm guessing. Because that's sort of the theme of this, this act. Major significant spoilers for main story Act 1. So I think I know most of the spoilers. The only problem is I haven't completed Volume 6, and I didn't finish reading Volume 1, Chapter 3, and then Volume 5, Chapter 2. I didn't finish reading those, but I generally know what happens in them. So yeah, let's start. Prologue. Birth. So reason I'm doing story first is if you finish the a certain amount of the story, then at least from what I've seen on Twitter, then you actually unlock the ability to pull with oh no, Yuka fell. Hey knows Yuka fell. Oh, Yuka fell on the ground. So then you actually unlock the ability to pull with Arona and Plana. We got Niha right here. Episode 1, Birth. Dot, dot, dot. It is over. All is lost. Authority has fallen. Order shattered to pieces. Illusions dispelled. The farce of power reclaims its mantle atop society. My shrieks and pleas fall upon deaf ears. How did we stumble upon this ending? Was it our proposed answer and eventual obstruction to the ascetic's path? Or perhaps my attempt to define this world under a singular genre. Or could it have been that I unintentionally dismissed a crucial sign foreshadowing our doom as a mere MacGuffin? Such pondering holds value no longer, for the signs are beyond my reach now. I shall fade into insignificance in the backdrop of this world as the anonymous bystander. So who's this guy? Oh, telescreen. My story is concluded. What an interesting song. Please, sing a tale of your own. Uh-oh. Preposterous! Utterly preposterous! Is this what you claim as logic? Your ludicrous sentiments demand that green be blue and blue be green. What role could the chroma play in this circus? Halt. See. Yes. Yes. Proceed. Continue your sermon. Fascinating. Interesting. That's a lot of freeze frames. I guess if you wanted, you could go back into the, where's my phone? I just hold on. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm back almost. Hold on. Sorry, I decided to get water as well because I was trying to find my phone too. But I found I was like, yeah, I might as well. If I'm getting up, I might as well get water because I forgot to get water before stream. But yep. Let me put Koyuki back. Fascinating, interesting. Authority has fallen, and yet it still clings to the precipice. Rather, it has become the right of all. The waves of the telescreen blur the boundary between real and unreal. Shadows no longer plead for discovery, for we ourselves are the idea. And the signs that constitute the world be found here. Okay, I was able to catch that one. The other ones kind of went by too fast for me, but of course. Will it restore the shattered authority something power? But of course. Media doesn't possess the ability to reshape the world's structure? But of course. Is he saying that to those questions? Ah! 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 What the heck is happening? At last, the longings of my soul are within my grasp. I need not pursue the signs, for the signs prostrate themselves before me. Come, O sweet reality. Here you are, fold yourself into my embrace. Who is this guy? Television guy? Wait a minute. Was Skibbity Toilet? Wasn't Skibbity Toilet like also telescreen people? Or was it like camera people? I think I remember that. The race of brain rot gets me, okay. That's why I know too much. That's why I actually know about Skibbity Toilet. Oh hey Rin. What's up, Rinny? Good afternoon, citizens of Kivotos. This is Nanagami Rin, your Chief of Supervisory Office and Acting General Student Council President. I am addressing you today about the recent rise in citizen injuries from accidental firearm discharges. Please remember that a firearm is a deadly weapon and should never be pointed at anyone unless you intend to shoot. Additionally, always practice good gun safety and ensure the chamber is empty after removing your magazine. Keep your firearm free from foreign matter to prevent barrel fouling, and do not use or purchase any ammunition manufactured by sellers not authorized by the General Student Council. The small choices you make help keep Kivotos safe. This message was brought to you by the General Student Council. Thank you, General Student Council. This public service announcement is endorsed by the Kivotos General Student Council and Kronos School of Journalism. Please contact the Kronos School of Journalism for all ad-related inquiries. What a normal day. Cut! Great take! Thank you for your hard work. Acting General Student Council Executive Office. Excellent work, Rin. Thank you for arranging the logistics. Is that the last one for today? For today? Yes, we filmed everything we need for the new Traffic Act enforcement notice and the infomercial encouraging tax payment. Very boring government stuff, I see. I appreciate you helping out the Treasurer's office in this way. Wow! I'm shocked you managed all that in one take, Rin. I definitely would have tripped up on my words with a camera in my face. Maybe you missed your calling to be an actress? I would say I enjoy being in front of a camera. That being said, I was curious. Why am I doing the recording for other departments? Of course, I'll handle the supervisory office's work, but I believe the message would be more effective if the chiefs of their respective departments promoted their policies themselves. Well, that's exactly why it needs to be you. The public sees you as the face of the General Student Council, Chief Officer Rin. The citizens will receive news more favorably, regardless of if it's good or bad, from a familiar face, rather than from some nondescript chief, but whose name they don't even know. The General Student Council President also participated in these promotional videos during her tenure, so I hope you can bear the inconvenience of it all. I see. The General Student Council President's work. Looking back, the General Student Council President did enjoy taking photos at every opportunity. She said there was no better way to preserve memories. I suppose being comfortable in front of the camera is another necessity of being in a position of power. Speaking of cameras... Ayumu, do you remember where this letter came from? What? Ah, the one I delivered to you when we returned from the Ark. My apologies, it was mixed up with a lot of other mail, so it'd be difficult to confirm the sender's identity. This appeared in the PV. What, was it hate mail? No, nothing like that. It's only that the handwriting was similar to the president's. The General Student Council President's? You said the General Student Council President? The president wrote you a letter? Yeah, where did she go, huh? Please calm yourselves. Nothing is confirmed. Only the to Rinny written on the outside of the envelope looked familiar, but there was no actual letter enclosed. Instead, there were several photos, although they did seem to have been taken by her. Okay, what were the photos? Oh, there's Ayumu. Okay. I remember most of them. In fact... Oh, hey! It's the GSC! Yay! Seriously though, they're probably gonna answer, why does Arona look like the GSC? And what is happening? When's this one from? I can't believe that's you, Rin. Momoko. This was from 2 years ago, just after the General Student Council president was elected. Ah, I remember that. It was a big deal across the news stations because she was the youngest president in history. This one's from our summer camp, right? Yes, but my purpose in showing you these wasn't to reminisce on old memories. This was my purpose. Why is it in black and white? I don't think I've ever seen this one before. It could have been printed with a special filter, or had some post-processing done to it. Seeing as most prints are digital these days, that would be the most likely. I feel like the sentence is missing a word. Or is the duh? I feel like that's unnecessary. That just felt weird. That would be most likely. Film is too rare, and black and white film even more so. What concerns me is where this was taken. The General Student Council president I knew was always completely swamped, and she practically lived in the General Student Council building. Even on her days off, she wouldn't venture outside of the U. This lake, in the background, I've never seen it before. Does anyone recognize this location? No, I don't think so. Next episode, A Vivid Dream. A Weird Dream. I misread that. I only glanced at it for a second. A Weird Dream. This story is about you, Shul's sensei, and your smartwatch. You're not necessarily disciplined enough to claim a daily routine, but you do try your best to wake up on time. The smartwatch lying on the table next to you chimes to wake you up, your one and only partner. So is it like a Samsung smartwatch? Arona? Where's the Shidam chest? Still half asleep, you desperately search for a tablet that you don't have, and how can you find something you don't own? What? The only electronic device the General Student Council president gifted you is a smartwatch, the staff of Shaked. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This was mentioned in Volume X Decagrammaton. Interesting. Look for the Shidam chest. You continue your meaningless search in your bedroom and come up with nothing. You think to yourself, did I leave my tablet somewhere last day? As if you'd done it 1,000 times before, you snap your smartwatch on your wrist and go to the lounge. The lounge is dark, and out of habit, you start bustling around the coffee machine. You grind up cheap beans and make yourself a strong espresso. It's bitter and the taste flat, but it's exactly what you need to wake up and start your day. Are we gonna have comments like, who the hell is narrating this right now? Oh, that was the coffee machine. With caffeine now pumping through your veins, you head to your usual office to do your usual work. However, upon arriving, you notice another anomaly. The student rep should have arrived by now, but that in itself isn't necessarily an unusual occurrence. They're students, prone to running on their own schedules, so the strangeness of it slips away as quickly as you noticed it. That is, until you open the curtains. Huh? Huh? Thus, you witness the third anomaly. The Kivotos you know is a landscape of black and white. The radiance which shimmered through the city has turned bleak with gray, as if the clouds have eclipsed the sun. But it is not overcast today. Even the streetlights themselves have lost their warm glow. Black and white dances where color once lived. And the streets, they echo with an emptiness you've never witnessed before. It would appear that everyone and everything in the world has crumbled into dust. Except you. What is this sound? Anomaly after anomaly strains your sense of reality, and not even your thoughts seem to be your own. Ease your worries, for these are not anomalies after all. New writers often fall into the trap of writing in first person to best capture the emotions of their story, only to find that third person allows for more freedom in narrative development. Is this like a meta thing? A meta commentary? Perhaps that was rather too esoteric to relate to. You decide to change your clothes and go to the hospital. After all, you must be ill in the head, no? Let's head to the General Student Council building. Or perhaps you find a different method. Train still running in this black and white? Your path to the General Student Council only further confirms that what you've seen thus far. The scenery is dyed in black and white, as if color itself has forgotten how to exist. It evokes a certain sense of familiarity within you. You remember a scene, quite similar, but rather different, one overlaid with a dripping red that had burned your eyes. Familiar, but not, for the students had been with you then. Now, they are nowhere to be seen. You arrive at the General Student Council building, only to find more of the same. Neither the chief officer with glasses, who always looked after you, nor the pink-haired executive who loves Pollock Row potato chips. No one remains. After searching, you know there is one place you have yet to go. As if an outside force guides you, you begin climbing the stairs to that place. The place where everything began. Yeah, where the prologue began. You know what? Reading the prologue might be a good, might be good to revisit, you know? Wait, there's a figure there. There, you find a mysterious girl sitting in the very center of the empty General Student Council Executive Office. But what is this strange sense of nostalgia she elicits? Are you the one who's been speaking to me? Yes, but no. Yes and no. For this is your dream, and a girl's simple longing. You gaze upon her, and she gazes back at you. Who are you? I'm happy to meet you, Sensei. I'm Kivotos. This is... We're back in the... Sensei, are you okay? You looked like you were in pain while you were sleeping. That was a dream? Did you have a nightmare? No, I wouldn't exactly call it that. Here, let's get the... Since they're very relevant here. We got Arona and Plana here. And Niha's right next to me. No, I wouldn't exactly call it that. Yeah, what was that dream? Who was this? It was more of a weird dream. I am relieved that you did not suffer a nightmare. However, a sleep disorder can be a symptom of any number of health issues. I recommend regular health checkups. It's obvious why you're having bad dreams. You've been skipping meals and sleeping late. But don't worry, Super Arona is here. I'll start reminding you whenever it's time to eat. Thank you, Arona. Super Arona. Thanks for your concerns, both of you. By the way, do you know what the Staff of Shaked is? Negative. The term is not registered in my memory. I don't know. It sounds kind of familiar. Where do you hear it from? I don't really remember. Let me put aside that dream for now. Since I'm up, I might as well get some work done. Huh? It's 4 a.m., Sensei! I am in agreement. Recommendation: return to bed and ensure you have received the proper hours of sleep, Sensei. That's right, go lie down right now. Don't worry, if you're not sleepy, I'll sing you a lullaby. I do not have a music plugin installed in my OS, but I will also help. Ah, thank you, Arona and Plana. They're good girls. They're very good girls. The Shining Trapezohedron? The Shining Trapezohedron. Why can I not say that word? Trapezohedron. That's a Lovecraft term, I'm pretty sure. Because it appears in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the Outer Entity archetype. Let me just pull it up on Wikipedia. That's for the Forbidden Trapezohedron. Outer Entity. Hold on. Forbidden Trapezohedron. Yeah, no, that is a Lovecraft term, because otherwise it wouldn't appear in Yu-Gi-Oh! Under the Outer Entity archetype. Isn't this taking too long? It hasn't even been 3 minutes since she dove. But anything can happen in the water. She could have gotten swept away by a riptide, or attacked by some sea monster. Who's president? I mean, things can always go wrong. But there's no reason to worry yet. There's a signal. Where's the beacon? 1,000 feet, southeast. That's further from our meetup point than I'd expected. It's getting dark. Let's go get her. Who are we gonna find? Phew. Your resurface point was a ways from where we agreed upon. Did anything happen? Sorry. The current was a little stronger than I expected. I got a little turned around. Did you decompress properly? Jeez, I'm not some newbie, you know. I would have been fine without... You can never be too careful. Anything can happen in dark waters. Boo. Did you manage to see inside the shipwreck? Nah, everything was too rotted. It's probably been sitting for longer than we thought. Another waste of time. I did find this down there, though. What is it? A glass shard? It's dirtier than glass, and too opaque. Look, it kind of glows too, like a magical gemstone. It's almost like someone captured the colors of twilight inside a rock. We don't know what it's made of, so try to limit contact. This kind of light could have negative effects or radiation. Eek! What if it makes our skin fall off? I wonder who these people are. You know, this is kind of reminding me of the start of part 3 where the 3 random people unearthed Dio's coffin. Hey, so how much longer are we going to be doing this for? Why are you asking? Until we get new orders, we keep going. That's our mission. We're going to be working on this mission until I'm old and creaky. Anyways, that's enough for today. Let's head back. With this shining trapezohedron. There's the title drop. Dang, no visuals, just dialogue. That's it. That's the prologue. Okay. Rin, the chief officer of the General Student Council, is buried under a mountain of work again. Is there any way to help her unwind from the stress of being the General Student Council president? This is your man, who brought you up out of heaven. That's definitely a Bible verse. Hold on, I'm curious. Okay. It sounds like a Bible verse, but it's not a direct Bible verse. It looks like it's a reference to a Bible verse, but it's like changes out some words. The chief officer's day off. It's been quite some time, Sensei. Actually, that's not accurate. It hasn't been too long since I last went to Shawl to collect your last report. It's been forever, Aoi. When you leave, I just wait for you to come back. You're incredibly forthright with your students, Sensei. Perhaps it comes from a lack of awareness or judgment. Regardless, I'm not contacting you for general student council matters, not in the strictest sense. I have a request of a more personal matter. To cut to the chase, do you have any plans this weekend? He's asking us out? Okay. Could it be? Are you asking me out? That's exactly what I thought. Sensei is literally me. Sensei is literally me. Literally, that's literally what I was. Excuse me. I'll go contact anyone else. But wait a minute. At least tell me what's going on. Fine. I don't like repeating myself, so listen carefully. Rin. No, I mean the chief officer. She's been overworked lately. That's been a given since this General Student Council president went missing, but the situation's become dire as of late. I've noticed small mistakes in her reports that are unlike her, and her skin is even worse than usual. For the sake of the General Student Council's daily operations, I can't allow this to continue. Has it been busier than usual lately? The opposite. Our workload's become much more manageable as of late. From a financial perspective, we've already recovered about 70% of the losses incurred from the General Student Council President's disappearance. However, the Chief Officer remains unsatisfied. He refuses to rest. She's afraid of another crisis striking the General Student Council if she can't achieve the superhuman results the President had been able to deliver, especially after the coup. Yeah, this is Volume 4, Chapter 2 stuff. She works every weekend. She refuses every suggestion to take a break. This is where we require your assistance, Jace-sensei. Use her persuasive skills. Invoke Shawl's authority. Do what you must. Just get Rin to take this weekend off. Got it. We got our mission. Let's help Rinny. Rin-chan. That said, let's go. It's time for a break, Rin-chan. Don't call me Rin-chan. But where's this coming from? A break is unnecessary. I get the required 6 hours of sleep every night and never skip meals. I would never let my health decline. That would affect my ability to work. So please, don't concern yourself with trivialities. I object. It has been affecting your work. Look at this safety incident report you submitted yesterday. You use single parentheses here when they should only be used in the table of contents. You normally wouldn't have made this mistake. Are you sure you haven't been feeling well lately? We were just talking about parentheses here, right? Following correct processes is essential. If the established format suddenly changes, it could affect the readability or meaning. These are the basics of drafting official documents. My apologies. It looks like I forgot to give it a final review. I can assure you, this won't happen again. No, you can't. Not if you don't take some time off, Chief Officer. You haven't taken a single vacation day for over a month. When you're experiencing burnout, these kinds of routine tasks are where concentration slips the most. Take this weekend off. I'll postpone this quarter's financial report deadline to next week. I don't need a break. Thanks to everyone's ceaseless effort, we've managed to rebuild most of the destroyed infrastructure, but that hasn't done much to restore the public's confidence in our competence. It's times like this when it's most dangerous to let down my guard. Moments of peace are just moments when criminals are biding their time. And that burden isn't yours alone to shoulder, Rin. The General Student Council President would have been able to. Before I am Chief Officer, I am the acting General Student Council President. In her absence, I must fill the hole that she left. But she was a genius, and I'm just a person. The only way someone like me can live up to her legacy is through hard work. Rin, I have to go to Trinity for a meeting with some Tea Party officials this weekend as well. Leave that to me. Oh, Ayumu? Ayumu? I'm already going to Trinity for the regulatory committee. The main subject on the agenda was the extradition of Gehenna students who have been arrested in Trinity, correct? The Gehenna head prefect delegated the authority for this matter to me, so you can go enjoy your weekend. Oh, Hina did? Okay. Thank you. That would take care of that. But I have other matters to attend to. There was an issue with consumer goods transport due to the bottlenecks at Kanesaki port. Oh, isn't that from the train derailment 3 days ago? That's all sorted out already. I just adjusted the train schedule. There's a new potato chip flavor releasing this Saturday, so I made sure to get all my work done early this week. This feels like a coordinated effort to take my work from me. I can hardly ignore everyone's concern and dig my heels in now. Fine, I give in. I'll take some time off this weekend. Last time you said that, you took paperwork home with you and still worked all weekend. We won't let you waste this vacation, even if we have forced it on you. Which is why we're going on a date this weekend, Rin-chan. Don't call me Rin-chan. Also, it is absolutely not a date. Sorry. I tried to say two things at once. I must be a bit flustered. Your brash boldness should be studied, Sensei. Do you proposition all your students like this? Not all of them. Come on, Rin. It's on a student-by-student basis, Rin. I figured it would help you relax a little, Rin. Oh, are we in trouble? Okay, I'll join you this weekend, Sensei. I've actually been rather curious about how you spend your days off. Not mine. According to the rumors, students have seen you on your hands and knees, searching under vending machines, or even sunbathing in the middle of the street. What kind of rumors are going around here? Do any of these ring a bell? I don't think so. You know what they say about rumors. I'm happy to hear that. Well, if it works for you, I'll meet you in front of the General Student Council building Saturday morning. Ah, and one last thing. It is not a date. Gotcha. Not a date. Chief Officer's day off, too. As promised, I headed to the General Student Council building on Saturday morning to meet Rin. I found her waiting outside the building. Ooh, casual Rin! Rin? Please let me explain. I realize the implications you are probably drawing from my outfit, but I assure you, they're incorrect. They're incorrect? She looks good in a casual outfit, though. Come on. Come on. Please explain, then. I woke up and I fully intended to put on my usual uniform. But Aoi, no, the chief of finance, stole all the uniforms from my closet. He insisted that I needed to fully separate myself from work this weekend. So I was essentially forced to meet you in my civilian clothes. I hope you understand. Oh, I don't see a problem with it at all. That outfit looks so cute on you. Exactly. I'd like to emphasize that this is not a date. You can do that. That's how I'm seeing it. Sensei. I'm choosing to ignore that comment. If I were to react to every single one of these jokes of yours, we would end up spending my entire weekend off on this stoop. So, where are we going today? Huh? Was I supposed to plan that? Of course, you're the one who invited me to spend our day off together, Sensei. Don't tell me. If you haven't planned anything in particular, I'll go back to my room to get some work done. Are you kidding me? I have a minute-by-minute itinerary scheduled. Today's date, Kivotos from a local's perspective. A local? I know you've been here for a while now, but I do believe I've lived in DU significantly longer than you have, Sensei. Well, I suppose seeing the district through your eyes may not be the worst use of time. Shall we? Where's this? It's a food street in Ramini Town. There's all different kinds of cuisine here. I've seen a report of Ramini Town's recent profit margins, but it's different seeing it in person. You can feel the energy from all the hustle and bustle. The entire alley is food stalls now, which are causing long lines that stretch all the way to the main road. I didn't realize how congested it is here. We'll need to allocate more resources to facilitate food traffic. Let me make a note to reach out to Valkyrie and ask them to deploy personnel to this location. The whole point of today is to not think about work, Rin. Oh, Sensei. Hello again? I'll give you a special discount for today. Come in, come in. Hello, it's been a while. I actually have a student with me today. What? You're taking a student out? And you brought her to this dump? She deserves better than some street food. Take her out to a nice restaurant. Don't take advantage of your popularity and make sure to treat your students right. That kind of mindset is going to get you in trouble one day. Ha ha ha. I'll take that into consideration. Sensei fits right in with everyone. The citizens treat them like any other local. Let's see, what's the daily special? I'd recommend the seafood yakisoba. We got a real fresh shipment of squid from Kanesaki port this morning. I'll have 2 seafood yakisoba then. Coming right up. Here you go, 2 seafood yakisoba. Eat while it's hot. Thank you. I actually haven't had yakisoba in a while. I ordered without even asking you. Sorry about that. Do you not like yakisoba? No, it's not that. I usually work while I eat, so I tend to go for meals that are easy to prepare and eat. I rarely have a chance to eat things like yakisoba. Meals get soggy quickly, and are best eaten as soon as they're made. But when the General Student Council president was here, he was the type to take a break for a quick snack, no matter how busy it was. Now that I think about it, we had street food like this a lot. It was nostalgic more than anything. I'm glad it still tastes the same. Does it? It's hard to figure out what students like to eat nowadays, so it sure fills my heart to hear that. I swear, it was just yesterday that everything was about making things as spicy as humanly possible, but now, the trend seems to be to drown everything in cheese. I've been debating if I need to change up my recipe to keep up with the times. While there's value in adapting to change, it's equally important to preserve our culture and values, because there will always be those who miss those steadfast times. You sure know how to soothe an old soul, ha ha ha. Now that I'm getting a good look at you, your face looks awfully familiar. I usually never forget a customer's face. This is Rinny. She's the General Student Council's chief officer. That's it. I've seen you on the emergency press conference on Kronos, the acting president, right? You're dressed up so nice for your date. That's why I didn't recognize you. Haha. It's not a date. Perfect timing. I've been having some trouble with something lately. Maybe you can help. Has there been something wrong with the DU's water supply? It's been turning off as it pleases lately. I closed out a loss yesterday because the water got cut off in the middle of the day, without a single word of warning. On behalf of the General Student Council, I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We're still working on restoring the Sanctum Tower, which is largely responsible for managing infrastructure in Kivotos. Until it's fully repaired, we may continue to experience similar outages. We've recently increased the number of personnel working on the tower, so I'd like to ask you for your continued understanding. Of course. I feel a bit bad for complaining now. Huh? I thought the restoration efforts were all done. Well, structurally, the building itself is, but the Sanctum Tower is meaningless without its operating system, which is where we're having the most trouble. We've installed some temporary measures to restore power and water to citizens for a time being. The Sanctum Tower's operating system is like much of the others supernatural technology in Kivotos, and the General Student Council president was the only one who knew how it worked. While we were able to maintain it in her absence, rebuilding it from scratch is a different matter entirely. While the temporary system we've installed has been functioning well enough, it falls short when compared to the original control system's capabilities. Oh no, Rin's work mode has been activated. I need to steer us away from work, by any means necessary. Now that we're done eating, do you want to go watch something? Do you have something specific in mind? A new movie just released that students have been really enjoying. Have you heard of Shupo's Great Adventure? Shupo? Shupogaki's? Shupo, that puppy mascot that won the character competition hosted by the DU Road Management Bureau and the Transportation Office? According to our reports, they selected the safest option as the winner, as there were too many issues with using Momo-friend characters in official documents. However, it never really caught on with students. There's been a lot of criticism across departments that it was a waste of resources. You never know until you try, right? Maybe it's just one of those things you have to see in person. Okay, it'll be a good opportunity to evaluate its effect and possible improvements in person. Please stop thinking about work. But work seemed to be the only thing Rin was capable of thinking of. The movie was more serious than I expected. What did you think of it, Rin? I thought the aisle leading to emergency exit was narrow in comparison to the size of the screening hall. Narrow walkways like that can cause bottlenecking during an evacuation, endangering citizens' safety. I'll need to send a ticket to the establishment later to rectify that and ensure their building is up to code across the board. She is working so much. That's what got you out of it? I hoped she would be able to snap out of work mode as we continue our day, but Sensei, did you ask for a receipt for those clothes? Even if it's cash or for personal use, please keep the receipts for your taxes. I'm not doing that. What? You're hiding your shopping habits from a certain someone? A certain someone, she says. A certain someone, she says. Hold on. Hold on. This is a perfect like photo opportunity. Hold on. I got the plushies right here. I want to take a photo with my phone. This is like the perfect photo opportunity. Let's do it. I'm gonna post that. I'll post that later. Let me readjust everyone. Okay, Niha, you go here. I guess Plon is in the middle right now. Surely you don't mean anyone for the treasurer's office, do you? Sumomo, I'm currently in Alba Central. Seiyun Tower was scheduled to be demolished last month, wasn't it? Why am I still seeing it here? To summarize, demolition was delayed because cost negotiations with the contractor came to a standstill. This matter should have been reported to me as soon as it happened. Please submit a detailed report on what happened by next Tuesday. Everywhere we went, Rin still prioritized her work over enjoying her day off. Dang, Rin. Rin, you need to really enjoy yourself. This wasn't in my original plans, but it looks like I'll have to resort to drastic measures. What is this? The arcade! We're at an arcade! No weekend date is complete without an arcade. Have you been to an arcade before, Rin? No, this will be my first time. Even before I joined the General Student Council, I'd never been to one. How is that humanly possible? Is it so shocking? I never saw a reason to. I've never had much of an interest in video games, nor am I particularly good at them. And they're not useful for my studies or work, so I saw no advantage in investing time into them. So even you have your weaknesses, Rin. In that case, fight me in Student Fighter 2! The winner gets to ask one thing of the loser. What? You can't be serious. And the odds are stacked too highly in your favor. I don't know how to play. So you're running away, Nanagami Rin. If you're afraid of losing, just say it. Schoolyard taunts won't work on me. Anyways, there's no need for bets. If we're trying to have fun, I would rather play without any looming penalties. You didn't think I would enjoy it if the stakes were too low? Please don't worry about that. You sound just like her. Just like her? Rinny, want to play Reversey? I found an old Reversey box in the storage room. Let's make a bet. The loser buys the winner a drink. Huh? But you never play seriously if I don't put some kind of stakes on it, Rinny. I want you to be as invested as I am. Wah! I swear, all I did was blink and you filled the entire board with black stones. Fine, I'll take the bet, as long as the request is within reasonable bounds. What does reasonable mean to you? Exactly as it sounds, like buying the winner a drink or doing their work. Well, there are plenty of rumors about you. I'm sure you wouldn't actually ask a student for something absurd, like licking your feet or getting down on all fours. No. A reward of some kind could make the game more interesting, I suppose. We're already here, so I may as well make the most of it. But let me use the first round to get used to the mechanics. Round 1, fight! So these are my skills. Got it. This button to block an attack. I understand it now. Jace, win! Let's continue. Round 2, fight! My character does better from a distance. If I just apply pressure and go for a low. Nanagami Rin, win! Final round. Nanagami Rin, perfect! A perfect? Are you sure you never played before? I did tell you when we first got here. This is my first time in an arcade. And no, I've never played this genre of game before either. But all you need to do is enter the attack and block inputs at the right time, though. It's easier than working at the General Student Council, that's for certain. I have to be ready to react to anything, at any time. You say it like it's so easy. You might have the potential to be a genius gamer. Could you rival Yuzi Queen? You flatter me. Even if I have some crude talent, I'm sure someone who is actually good at video games would laugh at the notion. For example... Sensei, it's a bit early, but can I make my request right now? I don't mind. Are you sure? There's a lot of people around us. Just what are you thinking? I'd like to ask you to accompany me somewhere. There's someone I want to talk to. Someone? The Queen's Gambit. I see, we're talking to Kaya, because this looks like an interrogation room. Prisoner 1192, you have a visitor. She looks so silly. Here I was, wondering who would visit me at this hour. What brings you here, acting General Student Council President? Dressed all cute, too. Judging by the fact that you even brought Shaw's sensei with you, are you here to brag about your date? Aw, she's jealous. That's cute. Not at all. Why does everyone keep jumping to that assumption? I wanted to check in on you and ask a few questions. Chief Officer Rin, wouldn't it be better for someone of your position to just send someone or leave a note? I'm fully aware of how busy you must be as the acting president. Do you really have time to dawdle here in the Corrections Bureau? Thank you for the concern, but today's my day off. I've left each department strict guidelines to follow, so they'll be fine, no matter what crises occur. So on your previous day off, you came to make small talk with an enemy? So on your precious day off, you came to make small talk with an enemy? Are you actually an idiot? Or does it fulfill some kind of sadistic urge in you to taunt a prisoner? If you're uncomfortable with me being here, I'll leave and send you a letter instead. Hold on, I didn't say that. Don't leave yet. I mean, I happen to have a moment, and you made the effort to come all the way out here. It'd be a shame if I didn't spare some time for you. Oh, are you normally pretty busy in here? Of course. As soon as I wake up, I go for a run. Then, before breakfast, I read self-help books on leadership. Then, after breakfast, Okay, fine. I have no schedule at all. It's rare to find something enjoyable to do, let alone someone to talk to, in prison. I do appreciate that they separated me to keep me from running into any of the Fox Squad members, but that means I don't have anyone to talk to at all. I'm essentially in solitary confinement. I have ridiculously limited access to outside news, and I don't get any visitors. But I'm still not happy to see you, okay? Oh, she's blushing. See, tsundere. Tsundere, tsundere. So you were lonely. That's cute. Tsundere Kaya. I'm glad to see that you're in good health. Of course I am. I'm destined for greatness. A superhuman like me won't falter and neglect my well-being from a singular mistake. I may have slipped from my path, but I will recover, and when I do, I'll stage a successful coup and regain my power. I've thought this before, but I have to acknowledge your boundless confidence. You don't seem to know what defeat is and march endlessly forward, no matter the obstacle or judgment. I've never seen you lose a game. Which is why I wanted to ask you to play chess with me. Chess? Oh, okay. Well, let's see them play chess. Rook, h8, check. Bishop, h3. Knight, g6. Rook, f7, check. King, h6. Queen, g6, check. I lost. Your chess skills haven't dulled at all, Kaya. I've never met someone quite like you. Like I said, there's not much to do here. I've been solving chess problems by myself. This is my first time actually playing against someone else since I started, but I think I've improved a bit. And chess is this simple for me. I still can't seem to understand why my tactics didn't work back then. What is that look? What's wrong with what I said? You still don't understand, Kaya. Tactics and perfect plans mean nothing in the real world. Life isn't a chessboard. Neither you nor your subordinates are superhumans. People are not chess pieces. The harder you try to control them, the harder they become to manage. For an ordinary person, one who couldn't become a superhuman, the best they can do is maintain the status quo. You think you would have been able to succeed where I couldn't? No, I'm no superhuman either. There's only one superhuman who we know of that can move people across the board like chess pieces. You're right, she could have done it. But she never would have needed to in the first place. No one would have questioned her. The idea of having to prove herself is probably a foreign concept to her. I've been chasing her shadow ever since she disappeared, just like you. I thought it was my chance to become a superhuman. I thought I could become the perfect replacement. I read through countless records, thinking that if I just tried hard enough. But here I am. When Kivotos fell into chaos, what was it that you had this Fox Squad bring to you from the Shawl basement? If there are too many people here, I can ask them to leave. I have the power to do at least that much, as the acting president. No, it's fine. What difference does it make to me now? I had to bring me a plain old wristwatch. More so, what appeared to be one. Please elaborate. After the General Student Council president disappeared, I secretly investigated everything she left behind. The staff of Sheked? But most of it was just personal belongings, things like school supplies and teacup sets. But what I was looking for was an artifact, one powerful enough to transfer the Sanctum Tower's control. Exactly. Sensei's Shidam chest. If an artifact powerful enough to control Kivotos' infrastructure with the swipe of a hand existed, I thought that there must be more, maybe even one more powerful than the chest. And when I was going through the records of the General Student Council president, I found records of just that, another artifact, stored inside the Shawl basement. The Staff of Shaked. Based on the president's records, it's an object capable of discerning the truth. You say the Staff of Shaked? Oh, you already knew, Sensei? No, not in so many words. It just sounds vaguely familiar. You got my hopes up for nothing. How boring. It was difficult to tell from the records just what discerning the truth meant, so I ordered the Fox Squad to bring it to me. I figured that if the Staff of Shaked really was comparable to the Shidam chest, it would benefit me not only in my coup, but also in controlling the General Student Council. But once I had it in my hands, the Staff of Shaked seemed like nothing more than an ordinary watch. I studied about it this way and that, but it didn't seem to do anything but tell the time, and I'd forgotten about it by the time the coup began. I put it back in the chest it was originally stored in, and left it in the General Student Council building storage room. Unless someone took it, it should still be in there. I wonder why the Staff of Shaked didn't work. I could never figure it out. Maybe there's some special way to operate it, or I just don't possess the ability to control the artifact. Or maybe the General Student Council President's records were wrong. The user of the Shidam chest might be able to get something out of it, J-Sensei. We'll investigate once we return to the General Student Council. And we're back at work again. Don't worry too much, Sensei. Despite appearances, I've been enjoying my time off. Enjoying a nostalgic meal and playing games with a longtime rival is an uncommon experience for me. So I should make the most of it while I can. If you don't mind, Kaya, maybe I could make up for my embarrassing loss from earlier with a rematch? I'm always happy to play chess, but I have no plans on going easy on you. My first move, pawn to d4, pawn d5, Chief Officer. This might not suit your style, but sometimes it's an effective gamble to sacrifice a pawn to strengthen your mid-game. Pawn c4. Pawn e6. I'll decline. Sky blue tinged nostalgia. The Queen's Gambit. I got a title for that. After we finished our visit with Kaya, I escorted Rin back to a General Student Council building. I really don't need an escort back. It's too late for you to be taking this kind of detour for my sake. Don't mind me. I'm doing this because I want to. And it's dangerous to walk alone this late, you know. Although my expertise is in office work, I'm also a member of the General Student Council. The kind of thugs that we get in this area pose no problem to me. If anything, J-Sensei, you're the one who'd be in much more danger. Although, it's a moot point now. Since you're already here, would you like to come in for a little bit? Rin, although I fully understand your intentions, visiting the other person's place on the first date is a bit teasing Rinny. Cute. Will you quit it? I want to examine the staff of Shaked that Kaya mentioned. It appeared to be nothing more than an ordinary smartwatch to Kaya, but maybe it'll react to you the same way the Shidam chest did, Sensei. And if it really is what she said it was, it may help us stabilize Kivotos, or even lead to a clue about the President's whereabouts. So I'd like to investigate as soon as possible. Are we really in that much of a rush? We have much more important things to do right now. What could possibly be more important than finding the President? It's your vacation, Rin. You're supposed to be on break today, which means you're not supposed to be working. I understand. It's been a long day, so you should also go back and get some rest, Sensei. If you'd excuse me, then. She's gonna go look for it. So this is... I'm gonna look up Shaked. What does Shaked mean? Because Shidam is a type of wood. Shaked is Hebrew, referring to the almond tree, or almonds. And then Shidam is a acacia wood, I think. Yeah, acacia wood. And then this is almonds. Interesting. Interesting. Specifically, usually it's in reference to the almond tree, but it also could just refer to the almond itself. So this is... The staff of Shaked must be inside this chest. It's locked, but beyond that, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about it. And what's this emblem? It's not the General Student Council's. This belongs to a president. What could this emblem possibly be? And the phrase written below, that which brought you out of heaven. Connection password authorized. User, Chief Officer Nanagami Rin, the current acting General Student Council President. Comparison result. 99% match with the authorized individual's voice print. Verified. Lifting the Arc seal. Another Arc. Now I'm kind of... What's the significance of Shaked? Let's see. Shaked appears as a nut in Genesis 43:11. Take this, then, so if the father Israel. A gift to man. Number 1723. That one won't load. Interesting. That was easy. Which must mean that this watch really is the Staff of Shockhead. But it looks to just be an ordinary smartwatch to me. Sensei is likely my only option. I wondered this about the Shidam chest as well. But what could the president have wanted with these items? I thoroughly understand that only a superhuman can move the pieces that make up this world. But is only an adult like Sensei allowed to access the fragments you've left behind? President, I'm not good enough to fill the hole you've left. If you can hear me, I don't care if it's a lie. But can you tell me everything will be okay? Or anything at all? Oh no, this is where This is where it starts, isn't it? Rinny, what would you do if I just disappeared one day? If you're planning on a long vacation, please submit the request at least 2 weeks in advance. No, I mean, hypothetically. What if I got injured or really sick and I couldn't make it to work? Or what if there was a sudden incident and I disappeared? How would you feel, Rin? It's a difficult hypothetical to indulge, but if that were to happen, it'd be problematic, at least. At best, my workload would likely double. How mean. That's all I am to you. Isn't that the obvious line of thought? Just look at the amount of work, not to mention the complexity of it, that you're handling. It'd be impossible to backfill your position. That's not true. With enough hard work and dedication, anyone can do anything. I'm really not all that important. And there's one thing that not even the most capable person can replace. And that's... Rin, wake up. Chief Officer Nanagami Rin. That voice. Good morning, Rin. Did you fall asleep working? That's Alhara, but it's not Alhara. It's always good to work hard. But how many times do I have to tell you, none of that matters if you ruin your health in the process? Who are you? You're not a council member. How did you get in here? Aw, that hurts. Have you forgotten what I look like already? Maybe you're still dreaming. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'll reintroduce myself. I'm your old friend, the president of the General Student Council, who governs Kivotos, the Academy City. The General Student Council president. Error in memory. Oh, she used the Staff of Shockhead to phase shift. You, the General Student Council president? Of course I am. What's going on, Rin? I know I've been away for a long time, but I'm hardly a stranger. No, you are a stranger. Who are you? Rin. You must be mad at me for disappearing like that. I don't want to make excuses for myself, but just let me explain. That wasn't a passive-aggressive comment because I'm angry. I meant it exactly as I said it. I don't know you. I have no memory of someone like you in my life at all. I know the president's face, so for you to claim to be her, this is a prank on someone's behalf, or something more sinister. I do not find it funny. I really want to avoid this. Protocol team. Do you call Aoi? No, the chief of finance here, right now? Tell her it's about a concern I have about the chief officer's condition. What could her plan be? Why would she endanger herself further by calling the chief of finance here? She'll be called out on her lie immediately. Ah, Rin. No, chief officer. There you are. I heard you didn't return to your room last night. Did you get so stressed from being away from work that you pulled an all-nighter here? That defeats the entire purpose of you taking a break. It's hardly the issue right now. This stranger... Anyways, what did you need from me, President? What? What did you call this person just now? The President? You called me here on business. Even you, Aoi. You find nothing strange about that person pretending to be the President right now? Rin, what are you saying? Sitting behind the desk is our General Student Council President. Huh? The president? I don't think she looks any different. I guess her vibe is kind of different, but I don't know. Of course I do. How could I forget that voluminous platinum blonde hair that looks just like Pollock Row potato chips? You swear the Prez had blue hair? Blue hair. Blue hair, interesting. Blue hair. Maybe you should go look up platinum in the dictionary. Hanai? What? The General Student Council what the General Student Council president looked like? Of course I remember. She had pink hair and green eyes. I know. This is what former acting president Kaya looked like. What did the president look like? Maybe black hair? Rin, you keep repeating the same questions, and I don't know what to say. She seems the same to me. This may come off a bit rude, but do you think maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard lately? Perhaps you just need a good night's rest. Have you calmed down? This doesn't like you, Rin. How does no one remember? After all we've been through together, why does no one remember the president? I refuse to believe it. Who are you? And how have you tricked everyone into believing that you're the president? Perhaps this is my fault. Maybe I was asking too much of you to fill my position while I was away. Human memories are fickle, and the excessive stress or fatigue can really affect the brain, so it's okay if that you don't remember me. No, I'm not confused. Even if the others don't remember, I've held on to fragments of her all this time. Look, this photo of me and the president that I carry with me. Huh? How? She's disappeared from our photo? I'm sorry, Rin. I'm back now, so you can take a step back from your work. Why don't you take this chance and get a nice long vacation? This photo is definitely... Good morning, Rini. Did you get a good night's sleep? Jay-sensei. Perfect timing. I need to ask you something. Does this student look like the General Student Council president to you too? Her? The president? Sorry, but I don't know her. I knew I wasn't the only one who remembered what the actual president looked like. And surely the president that I remember isn't the wrong one, right? Calm down, Rin. She's starting to look pretty troubled. Let's calm down and hear her out first. Oh my. I've never seen Rin turn to an adult like that before. It's good to see our stubborn Rin loosen up a little bit. But it makes me a bit sad too. Can I ask you to introduce yourself? Well then, greetings. I am the president of the General Student Council, who governs Kivotos, the Academy City. It's a bit embarrassing to say this myself, but I'm pretty well known here in Kivotos. It's rare to find a citizen who doesn't know who I am. So I'm surprised you don't know me. Have you come here from outside of Kivotos? If possible, I would like for you to introduce yourself as well. I'm Jace, Shawl Sensei. Shawl? What exactly does this Shawl organization do? Shawl is the Federal Investigation Club, an organization with extrajudicial authority. Shawl hears out and solves students' problems. An investigation organization with extrajudicial authority that transcends academy power. I'm sure an organization with such authority would need permission from the General Student Council president to operate. However, I don't recall ever establishing such an organization. This isn't a matter that I can just brush aside. What? Really? So I also remember things from the past. I explained to the student claiming to be the General Student Council president everything that happened while she was gone. Let's see. So much happened while I was gone. I have no excuses. Not everything is adding up to me. I don't remember anything about this shitum chest you speak of. I gave it to you? It looks like an ordinary tablet to me. And let's say I did. The idea of a tablet, one that can easily be stolen, that grants full access to the Sanctum Tower's operating system, is ridiculously unsafe. All it would take is one person with malicious intent to take hold of the shitum chest, and we would be facing an irreversible crisis. Don't you agree, Sensei? Yeah, that is sort of true. That's true. Likewise, the staff of Shaked, the other artifact that Rin mentioned, looks like an ordinary wristwatch to me. And above all, I wouldn't rely on mysterious artifacts of unknown origins and workings to resolve serious matters that would affect the whole of Kivotos. This supposed plan of mine is full of holes that I can't comprehend, so I believe some adjustments are necessary. Is her angle to shut down Shawl? Everything I did based on the document the General Student Council President left in her absence. If you really are her, then you would remember this, where you established both Shawl and Sensei's appointment to their role. I can't deny that the signature on this document is mine, and Shaw's accomplishments in Kivotos during my absence are nothing to scoff at. I've already read through the reports. And what I really read was that you worked hard to protect the students' autonomy and safety without once abusing the authority granted to you. I have no intention of denying or rejecting Shaw. More than anything, I owe you a huge thank you for all you did on behalf of the General Student Council. What a relief. I was worried I was about to lose my job. Surely not. I'm not so inflexible that I just cast aside the savior of Kivotos because of my faulty memories. However, despite these faulty memories of ours, we'll need to speak more and come to an agreement together. If you are the real General Student Council President, then why did you abandon your role and disappear without warning? Where have you been this entire time? What were you doing? Unfortunately, I don't think I have a satisfactory answer for you. I have clear memories of the last day I carried out my official duties before this General Student Council President disappeared from the records. Just like any other day, I reviewed the documents on my desk, signed them, and left the office. But everything after that, it's like a thick fog takes over my brain. At some points, I wondered if I'd fallen into a coma without realizing it. I eventually came to consciousness, only to find a completely different Kivotos from the one I'd known. And then I met you, who doesn't remember me at all. Your explanation is only confusing me more. I understand. I know this doesn't answer any of your questions, but it's because that even I don't understand it myself. This world has always been an enigmatic puzzle. If you think about all the impossible problems and accidents that occur in Kivotos, my memory loss is a drop in the ocean. That's why I can't just remain floating in the water, regardless of what does or doesn't make sense. I have responsibilities to carry out as the General Student Council President. Rin, let's continue this conversation whenever we can, and I'll do my best to live up to a General Student Council President until you can accept me. Even if it ends in you rejecting me entirely, I won't run away from my responsibilities. She sort of talks like her. How are you saying the same words that she did? Now then, if you excuse me, I have an entire mountain of work to catch up on. Oh, and I'd like to extend the same invitation to you, Shawl-sensei. Please, feel free to visit the General Student Council anytime if you wish to speak with me. I apologize for having to make this request of you in our first meeting in so long. But would you be willing to withdraw the Trinity Tea Leaves distribution regulations the Tea Party proposed last month, Miss Nagisa? I was all at Twitter, wondering what the General Student Council President wished to discuss with me after a long absence. However, I find myself rather disappointed. Our answer remains the same. As we told the Chief of the Regulatory Committee, we cannot. You see, this is a rather mild response from Trinity. In fact, this is the bare minimum to ensure our students receive their due share, as well as to streamline our distribution channels. We take pride in the care we put into growing and preserving our tea leaves, and these regulations ensure they are not underestimated by the market. We hope you can understand. Furthermore, it is to my understanding that the General Student Council does not possess the authority to intercede with ordinances from individual academy districts. Has there been a shift in policy without having notified us? No, not at all. Of course, each district has the right to propose ordinances based on their needs, and the General Student Council respects such right. But please, try to see my side of things. Trinity's tea leaves account for a significant share of Kivotos' supply, and demand caused prices to skyrocket once you cut off the city from that source. Take Red Winter Academy, who has to import all their tea leaves. They found themselves on the short end of the stick here. I did not realize that Trinity was responsible for the well-being of other academies. Actually, while we're on the topic, I just had a cup of the black tea the tea party sent to us. The freshness and sweet undernotes were innovative. Was it a new blend? How keen of you. Yes, the blend had a light touch of citrus oil. Well, I'm pleased to hear you enjoyed it. What a change in subject. Well, I just couldn't help but feel that I really wanted a delicious dessert with that smooth cup of Lady Grey tea. For example, like a chocolate pie, generously topped with Red Winter's lingonberries. I was just imagining how Red Winter students would react and speak of Trinity General School if they were to try out a Trinity tea that pairs well with their fruits. What do you think, Miss Nagisa? I believe fine tea must be served with befitting dessert. I understand well what you are implying. I'll reconsider our current distribution regulations. That's all I ask. Thank you. Yes, of course. It's rather refreshing to share a conversation with another tea sommelier. It's been quite some time since I've split leaves on the nuances of tea. Next time you visit a tea party, I'll treat you to our newest blend. I'll be counting down the days. Amidst the increasing criminal activity throughout the DU lately, an internal investigation from the defense office claimed that Gehenna students were responsible for 50% of those incidents over the past few months. Despite making up 13% of Kivotos' population, Gehenna students are What is the statistic? That said, the Deputy Chief of Defense reportedly sent an official letter to Gehenna requesting cooperation with the investigation, but has not received a response yet. Miss Makoto, as the chairman of Pandemonium Society, do you know anything about this matter? Hehehe. It's a foolish question that's not even worth answering. Of course not. Then would the Pandemonium Society be willing to provide the necessary personnel and resources to better manage criminal activity coming out of Gehenna? Why are you asking that of us? That's the prefect team's duty, and Gehenna out of Gehenna, whatever. It's not the Pandemonium Society's business to keep students in check. In other words, this whole issue is because of Head Prefect Hina. Well, wait a second. If what you said is true, then we can hardly continue entrusting administrative tasks to the prefect team as you've requested in the past. I see. I fully understand the situation. It really was all caused by Head Prefect Hina's incompetence. Rude! I don't think I can like this new student council president. The president? Huh? Yes, you finally get it. I can't believe I troubled our chairman Makoto, who must be utterly overwhelmed by managing such an incompetent head prefect. I can't even begin to manage the workload of a leader like yourself. I have no excuses. No need to apologize. I, the great Makoto, am a magnanimous figure. I do not discipline those who can reflect on their mistakes. Besides, I'm glad the General Student Council President is someone who I can reason with, unlike a certain someone. Is there anything you need from the Pandemonium Society? No, that was all. After all, Chairman Makoto, dealing with the head prefect must keep both of your hands very, very full. I like the way you think. That's right. Route all of those annoying problems to the prefect team, since they're the ones responsible for all that stuff in Gehenna. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Deputy Chief of Defense, contact Gehenna's prefect team and request their cooperation. Please share all of the data and suspect intel the defense office provided us. You have my approval for whatever supplies the prefect team may request. Send the invoice to the regulatory committee team in charge of Gehenna. Yes! And a box of caffeine pills and digestive medicine to President Sorasaki. She'll appreciate them. Kirino? What did you just say to me? What do you mean? Mortakuri's season exclusive chocolate pudding won't be released in Red Winter. All I said was that the General Student Council is the wrong place to be asking about a specific company's product release. And you're even more wrong for calling their transportation office. What a pain. Huh? Aren't you in charge of dessert-related tasks in the General Student Council? I saw you once. You were waiting in line at the Garubi pop-up store, so I drew the natural conclusion. That was totally someone else? Look, the point is, I can't do anything about pudding, so go ask someone else. Did you think that the one and only Cherino would fall for such duplicity? This is blatant discrimination. You look to undermine my authority by releasing pudding in other academies and not ours. The Red Winter office will utilize all possible means to protest the General Student Council until you solve this. This is seriously annoying. Do you mind if I interject my opinion here? You are? It's been a while, Student Council President of Red Winter Academy, Head of Beautification, Great Leader, Head of Physical Education, and the Catering Department, and the Red Winter Academy's best epicure, Cherino. This is the General Student Council President. Your mustache is gleaming magnificently today, as usual. If it's not rude of me to ask, I can't help but to wonder what your mustache care routine is. You must feel the weight of responsibility for my perfectly groomed mustache. Very sharp, President of the General Student Council. However, I unfortunately have no answer for your question. It's all natural. Oh, very envious. I can understand why so many Red Winter students sing highly praises about your mustache, President Cherino. Anyways, I heard that the new limited chocolate pudding from Morikuri is very sickly. It's very sticky. It's a huge complaint actually. The mess it makes around your mouth when you eat one. Wouldn't countless students be devastated if your precious mustache were stained beyond repair over pudding? That's true. No, I refuse to give up. I've anticipated this limited edition pudding for months now. I'm sure this will do little to assuage your heavy disappointment. I actually happen to have some of the limited edition caramel pudding Le Osso Bleu released just a bit ago. Would this gift prompt you to be generous enough to let that evil corporation off the hook? Just this one. Le Osso Bleu's caramel pudding. At your request, I'll let this slide, General Student Council President. But just this once. Thank you for your understanding, Miss Cherino. Momoka. I have no clue what she's talking about. I've never been to a dessert pop-up store or anything like that. Even if it's for a once-in-a-lifetime dessert that you love, you can't leave the office during work hours. As members of the General Student Council, we need to set an example for other students. I'm meeting with some pastry company owners next week. I'll try to get you some samples. Really? Dang, she's good at dealing it with everyone. Wow, the General Student Council President just got back, and she's knocking out all kinds of long-standing issues one by one. She's hurting those egotistical academy leaders like they're docile lambs, but I wouldn't give to have that kind of charisma. Please? Have the charisma? But she was gone for too long. But I'm glad she's back. I agree, seriously, no one can ever replace the president. This won't do. Yeah, who is this person? To be continued. Next episode, pairing. So when am I gonna actually get to Rona Plana together? Hold on, I want to see.
どのお仕事から始めますか?
Let me check the recruitments. The music's different. This music is different. Everything's off.
そういうことなのですね。
Okay, episode 7, pairing. It's gonna be a while before I even get to polls then, if it's just gonna keep continuing. It was on my way back to Shawl after finishing up my work with the General Student Council. Sensei, may I request some of your time? Oh, Plana, hi! You don't usually reach out first. There is a subject I wish to discuss with you. Hi, Plana. What was your evaluation of that woman, Sensei? Do you mean the General Student Council President? She didn't seem like a bad kid. Negative. She cannot be trusted. She is a fake. She is not the General Student Council President. True identity and intentions unknown. Recommendation, take caution around her. So you think she's a fake too. Is there a possibility that my memories are wrong? Negative. Your memories are not wrong, Sensei. Because the real General Student Council President is... Ah, Plana! Did you find out where the real General Student Council president is? Not even I, the Super Arona, was able to find her whereabouts. I'm the Shit'em Chest OS. How did you find out? And more importantly, what are we waiting for then? Oh, negative. I do not know the location of the real one. However, I am certain that this one is fake. Above all, she did not recognize us, the OS of the Shit'em Chest. We are not simply an artifact. The Shit'em Chest is designed with the capability to manipulate the very essence of Kivotos. Is it like the Monado? This was true in my world. It is true in every world. Conclusion: it is impossible for the General Student Council President of Kivotos to be ignorant of the Shit'em Chest. And the General Student Council President cannot be president if she is unable to perceive the Shit'em Chest for what it is. No amount of competence can bridge that gap. Like that mimesis pretending to be the president. Just like with the other cases of mimesis, he'll destroy order and bring chaos to Kivotos. If that's true... Hold, Plana. You can't judge someone just based on their abilities. Arona? Maybe she just lost her memories in a bad accident, and that's why she can't remember anything about the Shit'em Chest. You can't make all these assumptions about someone without even talking to them face to face. That's rude. What's with the long-suffering sigh? Regardless, she's still not using the General Student Council President's power properly. You are already aware of what happens when an uncontrolled power is left unintended, Arona. That's true, but... Plana, do you know anything about the staff of Shockhead? Negative, because I am also an OS resident within the Shit'em Chest. I have no information in my database about other devices managed by the General Student Council President. Even in the world I am from, the staff of Shockhead was not used until the end times. But if the staff of Shockhead is an artifact commensurate with the Shit'em Chest, as the former chief of defense stated, I can partially access its structure. I need to go to the bathroom really quick, so I'll be back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Okay. Get back in my seat and set up my plushies before I flip the camera again. The shot. Also, I was thinking while on the loo. So the Shidam chest. Shidam is acacia, and acacia is what the Ark of the Covenant is made out of. So then I'm wondering, is the staff of Shaked? Shaked is almond. It could refer to the tree or the like nut. But I was thinking. Shaked, what is Moses' staff made out of, or Aaron's staff that they actually put inside the ark? Because it could be another Ark of the Covenant thing. In which case, that means there should be something of manna, the food from heaven that the Israelites ate during the Exodus. There should be another artifact related to that. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah. But the staff of Shaked is an artifact commensurate with the Shidam chest, as the former chief of defense stated, that can partially access its structure. How? Seriously, how? The process to verify authorized identities chosen by the General Student Council President. Access to the Student Sanctum Tower is done wirelessly. The two devices using that same process should theoretically be able to pair with each other and synchronize data. This is a basic feature of the Shidam chest. I knew that. There's just been so much surprising stuff this conversation, I forgot. I can request the staff of Shaked to transmit unique identification information right away with your approval, J-Sensei. Requesting authorization. Authorize. Pairing to the staff of Shaked. Attempting to pair. Second response from the Auxiliary Operating System, SQD. As expected. Requirements, additional biological authentication information. Sensei, can I ask you to renew your biological authentication information? By biological authentication information, you mean something like my fingerprints? Positive. It appears new authentication is required to unlock the new operating system. As a formality, but an important one. Requesting cooperation. Ah, this will be so much better on the phone. I just have to LARP it with my finger. A little closer. Please, place your finger against the tip of my finger. I love the parallels this prologue is having to the beginning of Blue Archive. Yes, as if making a promise. Paired. That. Is there a problem? Negative. An old memory resurfacing. That is all. Confirmation received. J-Sensei, the user of operating system AROANA. It is still you. I'll reattempt pairing with the renewed biological authentication information. Downloading system data from the staff of Shaked. Pairing complete. Authorizing access to the Auxiliary Operating System, SQD. Rebooting the OS. To launch new system. In black and white. Huh? Where are we? Where are we? Why is everything in black and white? Apology. Temporarily optimize the environment in order to acclimate the new device's system within the Shidam chest. The issue was caused by system overload. It should return to normal when the process is complete. Yeesh, warn me next time, please. I thought my visual capacitors were on the fritz. Noted. Wait, if you're able to pair with it, doesn't that mean the staff of Shaked really was the President's artifact? Positive. It appears that the smartwatch that the former Chief of Defense took was genuine. Side note, Her obsession with the superhuman, and specifically the General Student Council President, should not be disregarded. Ugh, are you sure things are gonna go back to normal? My strawberry milk and my pudding, they don't taste the same like this. Oh, Rona. Huh? This box in the corner is new. Lana, is the new data from the Staff of Shockhead in here? Positive, that's the new data from SQD that does not already exist in the Shit'em chest. Let's see. It's mostly dummy data used for the drive system. Confirmed. This over here is the SQD's source system's core file. It looks like a little fruit. But without the colors, we can't tell what kind of fruit it is. Lana, can't we disable the optimization mode for a little bit? Yes, it would be difficult to analyze in the current environment. Wait. The fruit of knowledge of good and evil, maybe? Temporarily disabling the system optimization mode for data analysis. Disabling optimization mode in 3, 2, 1. Red? Huh? That's too much data for me to process at once. My head is spinning. Arona, Plana! Temporary data has exceeded the processing limit. At this rate, the operating system's memory will overflow. Must proceed with forced shutdown of operating system. Forced shutdown now! Proceeding with forced shutdown of main operating system, ARONA. Found overflow-related bugs and logic circuit errors. Attempting to reboot with backup file. Rebooting OS to relaunch the system. Made it in time. What just happened, Plana? I let my guard down. Our processing capabilities have improved thanks to Perez Uza. However, the staff of Shockhead is also an operating system created to support Sanctum Tower's management. Running ARONA and analyzing the SQD systems core is not possible with our current power. I was of no help. My apologies, Sensei. I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Thank you for looking into it, Plana. I wouldn't say it was all meaningless, because I, Super AI Arona, firmly held on to the core of Shockhead while the system was rebooting. Here, look. Arona, what you are holding right now is an ordinary almond that contains no data. Eh? But how? I was holding it super tightly. When did it get away? It appears that the paired data was lost while rebooting the OS. Boo! We should investigate the staff of Shockhead more at a later time. More importantly, Sensei, it seems someone is tailing you. Uh-oh. I'm right outside the GSC building. You've noticed. That wasn't my intention, though. Isn't this voice Rinny? Don't call me Rinny. Illusions and inferences. Why are you wearing sunglasses? Are those new? They look good on you. This isn't a fashion statement. It's a disguise. A disguise? Yes. I'm going to surreptitiously survey the public and see if anyone else besides you remembers my General Student Council President. While carrying out my work for the Board of Administration, I've been observing the officers very closely. No one seems to even be surprised by the sudden change in the President's appearance. Not even the individual Academy District leaders had any significant reaction after meeting with her in video calls. There. I've come to the conclusion that the memories of everyone in Kivotos have been altered. Everyone in Kivotos? Yes, I realize this sounds far-fetched, but if we can find anyone else who remembers the original General Student Council President, the one that you and I remember, we might be able to find out where the real president is now. I guess that's our only option now. I'll try asking the students who come stop by Shawl too. Thank you. I feel a little relief hearing you say that. At first, I thought maybe it was my memories that were wrong. I doubted myself more and more as I watched her win over everyone she came in contact with. I saw with my own eyes the positive effect she had on the General Student Council, but she... Rinny... Rinny. Ring-chan is definitely not the president. I'm sorry, I took too much of your time. More importantly, are you going to keep those sunglasses on? Of course I am. No one can know who I am during this investigation. The public wouldn't react well if they found out that this chief officer was questioning the identity of the General Student Council president. I need to obscure my identity completely, so I don't raise any concern, any suspicions. You look incredibly suspicious like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Do these sunglasses look strange on me? No, not at all. I was actually thinking they look cute. We're short on time, so we can talk on the way. Our first target is the commercial district, since students from various academies visit there often. We casually ask people in the busy downtown area about the General Student Council president. The General Student Council president? I'm glad she returned. Life was a lot harder when she was gone. Now that she's back, I'm less worried about getting caught in random shootouts. The General Student Council president's new look? Does she look different? I'm not good with faces. Maybe she dyed her hair? Ah, she's definitely different from both four. I have sharp eyes, so I know that for sure. Compared to before, the General Student Council president has shorter hair, by 5 centimeters. It'd be difficult to trim her hair on her own, so she must have been visiting a salon while she was gone. But which salon? Who in the world could it have been? That's not correct. Most people we asked didn't remember the previous General Student Council president at all. Oh hey Kirara and Erika. The General Student Council president seems different. You think? What about you, Erika? Do you remember? Not really. I think she looks more or less the same. Purple eyes, platinum blonde hair, and a beautiful smile that made her a little unapproachable. There was even a trend going around in fashion magazines last semester. President Blonde, inspired by the General Student Council president's blonde hair. You're right. It was super popular. I was considering dyeing the tips of my hair with President Blonde. Hehe. We'd like to keep up with the latest trends, and Kivotos basically revolves around her. I'm pretty sure we'd notice if something was different. That makes sense. The president isn't even popular with Gehenna students then. We might not care that much about current events, but she's the one who keeps Kivotos safe and all that. Huh? Makoto? The name sounds vaguely familiar. Rip Makoto. We were even stopped and treated as suspicious people. You there, stop! Valkyrie students, are you the ones who've been spreading false rumors about the General Student Council's president's identity around here? She just got back. Why would you spread such malicious slander? What if people filed complaints because of your lies? No, that wasn't our intention. What? What isn't that? Jay-sensei! Excuse us. We were sent here based on a tip someone called in. If it was you, it really must just be a misunderstanding. But please, do take extra caution. Just because the president's returned, it doesn't mean everything is all fine and dandy. People are starting to gather, demanding answers around her disappearance and what she's been doing all this time. So it looks like DU is going to be quite hectic for a while. In the end, we didn't find anyone who remembers the president. You're right. Should we start heading back? It's getting late. The night air is starting to get cold. Please just wait a little longer. I'm sure we'll find someone. We just need to try a little harder. Just give me 30 more seconds. I thought today wasn't my lucky day, but to be able to run into Shaw Sensei at a place like this. And on top of that, to find you illicitly meeting with a student in a dark alleyway. This is a scoop. Oh my! That's me, the main host of the Chronos channel and a tenacious reporter who never loses sight of the truth. It's Kazumaki Mai from the Chronos School of Journalism. My, I thought today was a flop when my interview got cancelled out of nowhere, but then I stumbled upon Jay-sensei in a compromising position. Thanks to you, I won't have to worry about going back empty-handed. Oh boy. More importantly, who is this student over here? Since you're talking outside of Shaw, and in such a secretive manner, she must either be a higher-up from an academy, or is this a secret relationship you've been trying to keep from the public? This is bad. I didn't expect to run into someone from Kronos here. Huh? You look familiar for some reason. Have we met before? These sharp ears and black hair with a bluish tint. I swear I've seen it before. I'm absolutely certain we interviewed on Kronos' channel before. Who was it? Oh no, is she gonna figure it out? Ah! I've been found out. Aren't you Rena, the vocalist for KGSC, the mysterious idol group? Rena? Who's Rena? What? KGSC is an idol group whose whole brand was mystery. No one knows their real identities or schools, and they came and went like a blazing comet, winning the band competition and then vanishing into thin air. I've been wanting to cover you guys for so long, but I have so much trouble finding even a single lead. You've been a hot topic in the online community since then. Can I get a statement, please? Actually, first, please tell us your name and academy. Calm down. What is it? Why do you look so serious? Rini is helping Shaw with something important. We're protecting the safety of Kivotos, so please, keep this a secret. I can't believe you're hitting me with an embargo. Fine. What am I gonna do? Say no to Sensei of all people? You might get sent an actual bomb this time if people found out I ignored your heartfelt plea. But even so, I can't go back empty-handed, so could you give me an interesting scoop? Like a scandal between student council executives that only you might know. Or a secret of yours, one you never shared with anyone. It's actually a good opportunity. Have you heard the rumors of the General Student Council President being switched? What? The General Student Council President would switch this one with someone else when she went missing? Do you want me to get cancelled? Even if I cited you as the source, no one would believe something that crazy. But wait, I could write an article about how Shaw Sensei is seriously endorsing this conspiracy theory. The public would eat it up. Please have mercy. And I haven't even heard a whisper about something like that. I don't think anyone could switch out someone as famous as the General Student Council President without anyone noticing. And what would the motive even be? Wait, you know what? I just remembered. Someone said something like that. They swore up and down that the president had blue eyes and blue hair, but she's turned into a different person. Who said that to you? Whoa, what's wrong? Why do you need to know? We have to meet that person. Where and who did you hear that from? I heard it from a regular in old bar in Alba West District. Alba mentioned. I went there for an interview because I heard there was an interesting scoop there, but I walked away disappointed when all I heard was a bunch of absurd, far-fetched urban legends. He's usually there around this time. Just look for a guy covered in junk. Thank you. You helped us a lot. Thank you, Mai. I definitely owe you one. Don't mention it. You'll be like, owe me for what? Sensei, an idol, and the General Student Council President. Just what kind of lineup is this? Good evening, Mr. Orwell. Is that his name? The television guy? Anyone here? It looks deserted. I don't see any customers, or even a bartender. Maybe they're closed? No, for this place is not a bar for customers. A bar is a place to enjoy a drink, yes, and yet beverages can be enjoyed nearly anywhere, not simply at a bar. The real intention behind this place is to revel in the social hierarchy in a dark atmosphere with overpriced drinks that encourage a false sense of self-worth. The logic of signs that thrive within a consumer society. So tell me, do you wish this place to be a tool or a sign? Perhaps you choose sign, then allow me, a mere customer, whose entrance was mere moments before your own, to provide entertainment. It's this guy! TV guy! Gematria. It's been some time, has it not, dear sensei? But of course, the Calcomania? Volcande? No, Francis? Ah yes, I must redefine myself to you. That is why you find the manner in which you must address me in a point of confusion. But of course! Where can one begin in such an endeavor? Perhaps, if you are so willing, we may travel back to when we last met. Yeah, when he still had the painting, now he's a TV screen. The Chroma's touch metamorphosized Golconde into Francis, and so it did transform his perception as well. He saw the world for what it was, a deconstructed genre, in a contrived reality in which the composition of your lives no longer holds any meaning, context, probability, all moot points. He believed this teacher before him would sink deep into the abyss as an identityless soul, as nothing at all. But of course! However, a story has never seen a protagonist quite like this one, like you. Perhaps even protagonist is an insult to what you become. The sign, Sensei, you utilized it to its utmost capability, restoring the battered text of this world into a story of academy life and youth. And once the story shifted, so did the Calcomania's very way of thinking. This world is more than a mere singular genre. It holds a value much more inherent. Of course, Francis himself was a mere momentary phenomenon. For the Calcomania's voice itself was an essential component to the story. It was necessary to fill this hollow order, create authority. But of course! And thus, the Calcomania enmeshed deep in the mires of inductive reasoning, absorbing propositions to its name. Perhaps that concept is nonsense in itself. His name is homage to a great artist, yet it is now one developing the very argument which refutes his own existence. But that. Pardon, I've been reminded of an amusing story. Some time ago, you had a meeting with a former colleague of yours, yes? From Gematria? Black suits? Oh, the Underground Dweller. The Underground Dweller, the one who would spit on reality in favor of the Codex, a rulebook but he knew the machinations of. It was quite the simulation for us, one might say. Stimulation. And yet, the sublime again was but a tool in your hands, Sensei. Yet another intervention of the meta, and another failed attempt to define that which we call our world. The Underground Dweller's failure informed the Calcomania's reasoning. What power does illusion have against the proper gravitas of reality? I really need to actually finish Volume 1, Chapter 3. And in this world, this reality, what is it that consumes signs, where the messages and writings of this world collide, where both reality and illusion dance in tandem? Idea. Media. The answer to all is media. The menagerie of media has spread the intricate threads of its webs throughout society's nervous systems, a resting place for all that is, was, and will be, and a host that births mystics. In this world, it is the power to define. We need no longer search for correct labels to shakily impose upon society. I am the new consciousness, and I eagerly await the signs you offer me. Are you the Calcomania? You speak of nonsense. Before a single existence, we are the sign itself. I am the Calcomanian's episteme, all that he perceives and all that remains in his wake. I am the observer of reality for the existence it has become. Desire, art, magnificence, a society of consumption inherently is one of desire. I, who may define, shall define myself again. Art can be art again, once twisted to one's purposes. Good evening, Sensei. Please call me Mr. Orwell. Ah, like George Orwell. I see, Mr. Orwell. Masquerade. Orwell? Names are only names, but signs. Yes, signs are all that matter. I wish for no misunderstandings. This telescreen is not a telescreen in the way you would know it. It does the opposite, in fact. It observes, gathers information, and responds in kind. That said, I wish to ask you a question, Sensei. Your own mystic, it too has changed, ever so slightly, but I see it. I have observed. I see that new possibilities have been woven into its threads, one previously unattainable. Is there anything you know about the staff of Shaked? The staff of Shaked? The staff of Shaked? My goodness, doth my own ears to betray me? Do you truly speak of the branch? I see. Yes, You who possesses inexplicable power, you also possess the staff, the most impressive symbol, the most impressive I must say. If that branch, which should be in the hands of the General Student Council President, is in this chest, this must be... I see, it is but a replication. An image replaces reality, and so a replica becomes real, just like the current General Student Council President. The text you present me always transcend cliches in ways beyond my expectations. Do you know where the General Student Council President is? What do you mean? You just said it, that the current president is a replica to replace his reality. If the current General Student Council President is a replica, then where's the real one? For an existence that belongs to the world who denies the world's simulation, phenomena, inexplicable, all of them. Who are you? Who are you whose gaze holds so steady in the face of unreality? Who gave you the authority, Sensei, or the General Student Council President? Ah, perhaps those shattered pieces of you are so broken you cannot properly reason. Step back, Orwa. I will not forgive you if you harm my student in any way. Excuse me, I meant it not. It is simply in my nature as an observer, explorer, and a researcher to experience intrigue before a variant. Setting the interpretation aside, if I were to answer your question first, the simulacrum is never that which conceals the truth. The simulacrum is the truth. What are you talking about? Are you trying to say that the current General Student Council President is the real one? I tell no truth. I speak no lies. There's only reality. As its proof, there is no evidence nor reason in this world that can deny the current General Student Council President. That's... Don't change this topic. You don't need grand causes or fancy rhetoric to save a student. Stop blathering with your esoteric nonsense, or we're walking away, right now. Where's the General Student Council President? For you to be asking me of the General Student Council President's whereabouts, you were looking for a way to break this simulation. But you already possess the means to do so, Sensei. The mystic in that arc is the branch of Shakedia, which enables one to observe the truth. Use that branch to observe the idea, and the simulacrum will vanish, like shadow before light. Don't make me repeat my question. Where is the General Student Council President right now? I understand. Although I am not a fan of reducing science to matters of expediency, I suppose I have no choice if that is what you desire. Hypothetically speaking, if everyone in this world believes swans are white, then how would one most efficiently prove the existence of a black swan? Also, isn't this the nice boat from the school days thing? Showed him a black swan. Yes, the best method to deny reality is to present a counterexample to contradict it. But if you can't show them your black swan, can you not at least present to them a black feather? This world found its story rewritten, brutishly and suddenly, just last night. Contradictions are still scattered within the subtext. If left unattended, these contradictions would erode under the flow of information and fade away. However, if they are recorded and transfixed, then they will instead become guideposts that point to the idea. How do I find these contradictions? How does one ever find contradictions? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You need only look. Submerge yourself in the sanctuary of truth, which stands its lonely guard deep within the sea of information. Sea of information? You mean the internet? Yes, the modern agora, social media, where desires and rumors swirl together into a delightful vortex. An online community of citizens' daily lives, events, and personal impressions. It is truly a fitting representation of modern society, is it not? Even the mystic you carry takes the form of such a media device, Sensei. Investigate, collect, and record them. For it is not your belief, but the sanctuary of Shakedia will determine whether the feather is black or white. The records will take the shape of the black swan, and other Kivotos citizens will see as you see. Arona, are there any concerns with this method? Not from what I can tell. It's definitely suspicious. A single social media app shouldn't be able to affect the Shidam chest. Technically, Momotak is the same sort of thing. But it'll take Super AI Rona a little bit of time to collect and process all the data from the internet. It's like getting homework to observe a morning glory right before the end of summer vacation. Correction, it will be easy. The Shidam chest is upgraded significantly. I will take over your sensei tasks, and you will have ample processing power to complete the task. This is a good opportunity. I've been wanting to help with student management and daily reports in order to lighten your load. Ah, Plana, are you trying to take my job from me? I don't care how great and how you are. I'll never hand the title of Sensei's exclusive secretary to you. Aw, they're fighting. That's cute. But I'm just as understandable as I am super capable. So I suppose we can take turns, okay? Thank you, Arona. That said, we can conclude that the new social media feature will not cause any functional issues. Please, make your choice, Sensei. Okay, I'll do it. An excellent choice. I am quite thrilled to embark upon this journey of exploring the world's mystics with none other than Sensei of Shawl. I still have no intentions of joining you. I'm just doing what I can to save a student. Ha, that is a given. A mark of a true adult. You do not allow personal feelings to weasel their way into professional affairs. But of course! I'm relieved that you have made a rational decision this time, Sensei. I do recommend you remain anonymous online. The celebrity of your name will make it difficult for you to discern the unbiased from fruitless opinion. Finally, as a token of appreciation, I will share access with my local instance with you. I hope that you find it useful. Well then, please enjoy! SNS ThruLink login is now available. Lana and Arona will now perform student recruitment together. The seat of Shaked has been added to Arona's classroom. Okay, cool. So that means ThruLink. What is this? Okay, let's go. Pizza Princess. When you're talking about lore, does this count? This pepperoni character? I thought it used to look like a thoroughly boiled chicken, but I saw a sticker on the road the other day, and its design has changed completely. Looking to trade Pororo merch /GU hub. Did you call Pororo a thoroughly boiled chicken? Are you trying to fight? Ah, I've seen those too. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe they're trying to say to get out of there because it's dangerous? Hey, has anyone else been seeing weird signs around? Like, I saw one that said, go faster, even though there was a speed limit on that road, and a wild animal warning in the middle of the city. Achi and me. Today's diary. I like ghost stories too, but is this instant giving anyone else red flags? It's only a few days old, and it's already got tons of followers. They've got to be putting a ton of money into marketing. I mean, even the admin's profile, EFP, is an image of some vintage TV that my grandparents would use. It's giving, we're a brand trying to be so cool, we can turn this whole instance into an ad half a year from now. You think it's suspicious? I think it could be legendary. And if it flops, we'll just make a new instance. Stop being a party pooper. Whoa, I didn't know about this instance. I've been trying to collect new and interesting ghost stories lately, but I've just been running into the same ones over and over again. I'll be sure to post here whenever I get a lucky break. Wait, isn't Nightcat the girl from the girl from last event? Orwell, Admin Orwell. Even the smallest, most insignificant of anomalies can lead to the greatest of discoveries. With the amalgamation of these small reports, each of you will contribute to furthering our understanding of the true nature of this world. Never forget, reality is merely a matter of our perceptions. Together, we will transcend this instance into a space of like-minded individuals inquiring into truth and science. Admin Orwell. Hello, this is Orwell, Administrator of Lore Friendly. Lore Friendly is a local instance where users can report local lore and urban legend sightings through the DU. Join us merry band of paranormal activity investigators to unlock the secrets of Kivotos' urban legends. Okay. Well, looks like we don't have anything new from there. So looks like I got through all the story and finally unlocked the ability to pull with both Arona and Plana. So now we're actually going to finally pull. Okay. So, who do I want to start with? Let's start with Nico, sure. Okay, I want to see the animation. Okay, it's Arona this time. Yes, we are right in Fox. Okay, so 200 pulls. So I did the math.
私がレッドウィンター連邦学院。小さいからって舐めないで。将来性は
And
もの
it's
すごい
actually a 75% chance to get the banner character in 200 pulls. So on the old system is actually better. Let's see this animation. Plana! Plana! Plana's so cute.
説明や解説が必要なら私に任せてください。
First Plana pull I get. And it's first Plana pull I get. Okay. I shouldn't have skipped the animation here. I wanted to see which student it would be a run on Plana.
白衣の天使があなたを訪ねてきましたよ。
Okay, I'm not gonna skip the animation this time. Oh, it's both of them! Oh! It's pink.
試練
The
が怖
fourth
い
one.
時小さいからって舐めないで。ご主人様と一緒に
Four? It's that easy. It's that easy. It's
フォ
that
ックス招待の
easy.
吉野
I'm
美香で
tell-
す。
Bro.
ふつつか者ではありますがお会いできて嬉しいです先生。先生はどんなレースが好きですか？
Amazing. 40 pulls. And I got Nico. So in that case, let's pull for Kurumi. Kurumi Serika? Okay. Arona. Oh! Arona! Thank you, Arona. Thank you, Arona. Thank you, Plana. I love you guys. I love you guys. Mwah. Very cute.
食べ物
This
試
old
練
system.
が怖い時
I mean, this is just lucky. I'm just getting lucky.
小さいからって舐めない説明や解説が必要自警団任務の延長ですね年の暮れ
No. Okay, that's
そし
fine.
て新年言葉の響きに胸が躍りますね
Okay, let's
そ
use
こに
Pyro.
美味しいお料理があれば言うことなしです
Another purple. Okay, fox. Come on, give me the foxes.
怪
Okay,
我を
sixth
され
one.
た方はいらっ
One,
しゃいますゲヘ
two,
ナ学園ミレニ
three,
アムサイエンススク説明や解説が必要怪我をされた方はいらっしゃいます
okay,
百鬼夜行連合学院
okay.
百花繚乱紛争調停委員会五両渚この力はみんなを守るためにある
Nagisa is yapping still throughout this animation. Okay.
小さいからっ
To
て
me,
舐め
I
ない
gotta
で
get the meme.
将来性はものすごいんだから
Oh, Plana! Plana, thank you! Thank you, Plana. Thank you, Plana. Thank you, Plana.
試練が怖い時苦難に負けそうな時
Okay. Nothing though.
私が一緒に立ち向かってあげましょう
Arona, come on. Come on, Arona. Do you spook? Spook Arona? Was Arona spook me? No.
浦和花子ですこれからいろいろとよろしくお願いしますねはいそれはもういろいろとゲヘナ学園給食部のジュリと言いますお腹が空いたらいつでも私に言ってくださいね
Arona, please. Please, Arona, please. Please, Arona.
小さいからって舐めないで。
I get the meme.
将来性はものすごいんだから。
No spook. No spook. No spook. No spook. Arona, please! I keep getting the
苦
meme.
難に負けそうな時、私が一緒に立ち向かってあげましょう。
Plana? No. Unless Plana? Plana, do you want to spook me? Does Plana want to spook me? No, she doesn't.
ゲヘナ学園給食部のジュリと言います。お腹が空いたら、
Okay,
いつで
70 more
も
pulls
私
until I
に言
hit
ってくださいね。
This old system is so much better. Plana, please, spook. No. Almost a meme. It was almost a meme.
私が来てもよかったんでし
So
ょ
I think if you see both of them, that means that also means purple. I think if they're both gonna
い
appear,
つでもおっしゃ
they're
ってくだ
guaranteed to be
さい。
purple. Yeah, yeah. Just like this. Just like this. Fox, give me fops. I might go all the way to pity just to grab some. Oh, first one? Oh, okay, that's good. Let's go. Let's go.
SRT 特殊学園フォックス招待のポイントマン高倉くるみよ。先生の護衛は私に任せて。全力で守るわ。ミレニアムサイエンススクール所属音瀬小玉。先生の声が聞こえたのでここに来ました。
Okay. Who do I want a second one if I could pull them? I have 50 pulls left. Honestly, I probably could just do the 50 pulls and just save up more pyro. Because yeah, at this point, I'm not spending money unless they announce they're not going through with the new gacha changes. On the global. So I'm gonna be screwed if I don't save my pyro wisely, but yeah.
夏の青春活動って言えば海しかないよな。
I think I'll go for Nico
準備はいい？
and see if I can get extra Karumi. No, spook, 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 please, please, spook.
自警団任務の延長ですね。トリニティの安全のためならいくらでも協力します。
Lana? No. Lana's animation is very cute though, I will say. Lana's animation is very cute.
ミレニアムサイエンススクール所属。
Okay, 2 more temples and then I'm done.
先生の声が聞こえたのでここ
Who's
に
more
来まし
useful,
た。
Nico or I'll probably do that off screen if I can't figure it out on stream. Okay, one last temple and
私
that's
が
it.
来てもよかったんでしょうか。邪魔だと思いましたら いつでもおっしゃってください。
Never mind.
本の中の物語のように私たちの物語が
I'm gonna call that. Yeah, that's gonna be it for stream. So, we got through all this new story. Got my 2 characters. And let me pet my students. And I got Otogi off stream, actually. Since she's just part of I needed to use up my AP because I had to take my AP out early from the cafe yesterday because of maintenance.
待ってたよ。先生がいないと始まん
So
ないからね。
yeah, she's the first reward for just doing this first one.
先生、 しよかったら物資の片付けを手伝っていただけませんか？
今日は追跡作戦いよいよね。
I'm just wondering, how do you...
前
The
の
shop has
作戦で
this
余っ
currency
た
as
ダ
well,
イ
and
ヤ
I don't know how you get this.
全
Oh, probably from
ど
coupons.
うしよう。あ、先生、いいところに来たじゃない。集めた手がかりをまとめてる。ついに
Okay,
作戦
but yeah, I'll
開始。
probably do this on another stream because I do not have enough time today. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. We got through the prologue and the first part of new story arc. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.